Gizmo! Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Willie's Ramblings and Pickup Video. Well, it's been a while since I've done a vid. I think it's been over a month maybe. I think February was the last one I did. Been to a lot of different places. Visited a lot of different antique stores, thrift malls, that kind of thing. There's a couple places I want to mention though that are really awesome. When I was down in Jacksonville, Florida recently, visited a game store called Gone Broke Gaming. It's down around Orange Park, Florida. Pretty nice little store. And then on my way through to Jacksonville, I stopped at another store in Kingsland, Georgia, named Game Over Video Games and More. This store is freaking awesome. If you're down in the Kingsland, Georgia area, highly recommend you stop by this store and check it out. A lot of cool stuff. Had a lot of Dreamcast games in there, which, you know, I love the Dreamcast console. They also had an arcade game I haven't seen in years called Upscope. Really cool color submarine type game. Was really happy to see that in there, and it was fully working too, so that was pretty awesome. I've been watching, I watched the toy show on YouTube up in New York to see what kind of new stuff is coming out this year. And I saw MyArcade is releasing 3 more of these little mini-cades, you know, like these little guys right back here. They're doing a Frogger, a Dig Dug, and a Galaga. Oh yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing those little tiny arcades coming out here in the near future. I love collecting those little things. They're pretty awesome. For my buddy Ferg, I had a Podfather ring made. It's the ring of power for podcasts. I sent it to him. He got a big kick out of it. I thought it was pretty funny, actually. Also, I've been talking to MyArcade, who's making this 10-inch tall Data East Classics mini arcade. It's got 34 classic Data East arcade games on it. And one of the things they confirmed with me is it does have actual arcade ROMs on it. That is pretty cool. I've not seen one of these little tiny arcades yet being sold at retail. They had arcade ROMs built in. So I'm very curious of what they're using inside of this little guy to do all this. The only downside of this little mini arcade is it uses a 16:9 screen, so it stretches some of the games out like Burger Time. That's too bad. It would have been cool if they had like a switch or a setting where you could change it to a 4:3 aspect ratio to play the games that don't need to be stretched out like that. But hey, it's cool. It retails for around $100. It's kind of neat. I've actually got one coming to me right now. It's being sent to me. So I'll be doing a full review of it, putting an article up on GameStar81.com and all that good stuff. So look forward to that video in the near future. And I think that's about it. Yeah, it is. Let's get to the pickups. Enough of this talking and not knowing what the heck I'm doing. Alright, first off, my buddy Arcade from the Toy Tune podcast sent me this really cool little Nintendo DS stand. So what you do is you put this on your desk, get your little Nintendo DS, and it sits on there just like that. Like so. There we go. Just like that. So you can sit there and do touchscreen games without having to actually hold the unit or have it laying flat on your table. That's kind of cool. I really appreciate that, RK. He sends me some of the coolest stuff, man. Let's see. Oh, I found a little Space Invader figurine. I'll be doing a little unboxing video of this here in the near future. That's kind of cool. And, of course, I found another Konami Arcade Classics. And I got to keep track of my collection because now I've got 2 of them. I didn't realize I already had this game. But I want to thank everybody out there. I posted a picture on my Facebook page for Arcade USA. And they got a lot of good recommendations for things I can use on my iPhone to keep track of my collection. So I really appreciate all the suggestions. It's pretty cool. Of course, for my Atari 2600, I got a hold of Wizard of War. Oh yeah. Gonna be part of the MyArcade video series. Looking forward to doing that one because I love Wizard of War in the arcade. Also picked up the Gatefold Starship. Awesome. Oh yeah. Again, another video for the MyArcade series. Used to play Starship in the entranceway to the Montgomery Wards in my hometown. Loved that game. And of course, Target has this exclusive Oregon Trail handheld. It's got a full color screen, all that good stuff. I'll do a video on this in the near future. There's a ton of videos already out there online doing reviews of this. I didn't feel the need to do it right away. But I'll fire it up and I'll play the game and give my thoughts on everything here in the near future. Picked up a copy of Miss Pac-Man for the Game Boy Color. Has Super Pac-Man on there too, which is kind of nice. It's a 2-for-1. It's actually a pretty good port of Pac-Man on the Game Boy Color. I also found a Burger Time LCD game, handheld. Pretty awesome. I was pretty stoked to actually get this. I've been looking for this for quite a while. So I'm pretty happy to actually get a hold of this. I'll be doing a video on this in the near future as well. And of course, I found another Pac-Remonster. I already had this game, but for $5, I couldn't pass on. I had to pick it up. I sent the other Pac-Remonster to my buddy Rick Reynolds from the Televisionaries podcast, because according to him, I've got him addicted to VFD games, so I guess I'm a bad influence. So, hope you're enjoying it, Rick. Ew. Also found a classic toy I had back when I was a youngin'. It's the, what is this made by? Hannafin? I think it's Hannafin. I thought it said on there somewhere. But it's a classic battery-operated train set. And what's cool about these is they have metal bodies on them, which is kind of cool, tin bodies. I had multiple versions of this set. Used to make huge layouts on my bedroom floor. Love this thing. So I'll be doing a Toy Tune video talking about this and some of the other versions of the sets and my memories of the toy growing up. Pretty stoked to find that too. That's the exact set I had as well. So that's kind of cool. Also found a complete in box Simon. Oh yeah. Very cool classic game here. When I do this video, I'll probably have my wife play with me or something. But I was pretty happy to find a box Simon. I had one of these years ago that I lost in the move to North Carolina. So now I've got it again. Good times are going to be rolling on. And then lastly but not leastly, I found a Pac-Man Ghost Light. This thing's actually kind of cool. It responds to sound, it flickers different colors, or you can just have it cycle through the colors in the background. It's actually kind of neat for a mood light. I'll be doing a full video on this as well sometime in the near future. This has been out for quite a while. I found this at a flea market for $10. I couldn't pass up on it, so I went ahead and picked it up. Anyway, that's all the pickups for this episode of the Willie's Ramblin' and Pickup video. Everybody have a great time out there playing your retro games, and keep it retro. And one final thing, I'm doing a Pac-Man 4K cartridge giveaway. All you have to do to enter is enter a high score you think I'll get to after I play the game 3 times and take an average of the 3 scores. To enter in the contest, go to the Facebook page Arcade USA, find the pinned post for Pac-Man 4K giveaway, and enter in a score. Now remember, I'll play the game 3 times, take the average of the score to be my final score. So whoever guesses the closest, but doesn't go over, wins the Pac-Man 4K cartridge. Thanks for watching.